Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrew. You must forgive the giant pimple on my nose. As you can see, I'm 35 years old. I thought I had outgrown them at this point, but apparently sometimes, they're just gonna pop right back up. There you go. Also, you might hear there's some banging in the background. Some people are in a mood today, and they're making sure everyone else is in a mood too. But entitlement and social media. Now, I do have to confess something to you guys. Other than this YouTube channel, I do not have, nor have I ever had, any sort of social medias. I am old enough that I can remember a time before social media became a thing. I can remember when MySpace started to become popular. I think it was like maybe grade 10 for me or something, grade 9, grade 10. I can remember people politicking for the top 8 spaces or whatever it was on MySpace, and each one introducing after that. But I never signed up for any of them. I didn't think. I have my reasons as to why I don't. I will talk about those. I'm going to be doing a short series on social media specifically, and I'm going to explain why I never signed up for any of them then. This video is just going to be talking about social media and the potential for entitlement because of social media. I should also say before I start, not all individuals who use social media develop entitlement, obviously. Social media has potential for different impacts based on the individual. It can have a positive impact for some people and a negative impact for others. It really does vary from person to person. Same with whether it amplifies entitlement. That really varies from person to person. You can give one person the exact same thing as the next person, and depending on their personalities, one might become entitled, one might just be gracious. You really can't tell until you're in that situation. Now, as I said, there are positives and negatives to social media. It allows you to connect to individuals it would be hard to connect with otherwise, and it allows for a sharing of information. However, like I said, it also has its negatives. It can amplify attitudes, generally negative attitudes, including entitlement. And I thought about this for a while. Can social media make you be entitled just if you're just like a regular person with not much entitlement? I think everyone has a little bit of entitlement in different aspects of their life. I think that's fairly normal, but can social media take a person like that and make them more extreme? Or could social media take someone who shows no entitlement and suddenly make them entitled? I'm not sure about that. I think it can amplify what's already there. I don't know if it would necessarily create it. I guess it would be possible that it could create it based on the individual, but I don't know. That's one I'm not sure about. But I've thought about it, and I've talked to people and kind of did some reading and research, and there are 4 main ways that social media can increase a person's level of entitlement. The first is the algorithm and echo chambers. So all social media uses algorithms. I'll give you a good example. If you created a new account on YouTube and only watched dog videos, and this has been proven, people have tried this, you get recommended dog and other animal videos. So it is based on what you are watching. It's a general pattern of, okay, you're watching this, so I'm going to suggest something very similar to that. So algorithms do personalize content based on your preferences and behaviors as a user. So this can create an echo chamber, and that's when it becomes a problem. Basically, you can be just exposed to content that aligns with your existing beliefs. and values. So for example, let's say you believe that the earth is flat. Obviously that's not what I believe personally, but I'm just using that as an example. I feel like I have to say that even though I shouldn't have to, but okay, we'll just live with that. If you're searching evidence that the earth is flat, and just talking about the earth being flat, the algorithm is going to push you towards that, and so all you're going to see is things that you believe already. And that can make you more entitled, because all you see are like-minded individuals who always agree with you. So all you're hearing, basically, oh yeah, you're right, and you're not really looking at the opposite debate, which is no, the earth is round. And so basically it leads you to this inflated sense of validation and potentially entitlement, because, well, I'm always right, so why should I not be right all the time? So secondly, self-presentation and validation. So obviously what you see on social media is not really real life for most people. They're using my brain just went blank. They're using. I'm so old. I'm like, you can actually put filters. There you go. You can put a filter on as you're taking a video now. Like what? Like I didn't even know. Like I kind of knew that this kind of existed, but I didn't realize to what extent it could exist. So they're putting filters, and not only that, but you know, if they're sharing photos or videos, you're seeing the best case scenario. Like videos on YouTube, videos on YouTube or TikTok, say they're like let's say there's like a trick shot video, for instance. How many times did that person actually attempt that trick shot before they made it? I actually appreciate the channels, and there are some that do this, that actually tell you how many times they actually had to do this before they got the trick shot. Because no one, or very few people, are going to start rolling a camera and it's going to work first time for everything. So everything you're seeing is curated to be the best case scenario for each individual person, and especially when you get to like influencers and stuff like that. With influencers, I don't have social media, but people have shared with me some things that they've seen on social media, and just like I saw one where it's like this female influencer just gotten out of bed and yet had perfect hair done and full makeup and everything, and I'm like, you didn't just get out of bed, you just spent an hour on hair and makeup at least. So that's not just out of bed. So you're just seeing the best case scenario of the perfect life that everyone wishes they had, in a sense, and being told, oh my God, you're beautiful in that picture, or oh that's a really cool thing that you did in that video. It can create more and more of a need for constant validation and positive feedback. And because other people are regularly admiring them online, they can develop an expectation that it's going to happen all the time, and that they should receive that special treatment. Well, I get it online. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't you be like that in real life? The other thing they're not realizing is that, there are millions and millions of people on these social media sites, and even the comments that they're seeing, generally people are going to look at the positive ones more than the negative ones. Not only that, but those people represent the world, but not necessarily your little sphere of influence in whatever city you live in or whatever state, etc. So there you go. Next, number 3 is comparison and envy. Basically, because of you're basically always on social media, or a lot of people, I shouldn't say everyone is, but a lot of people on social media are comparing them to who they're seeing on the social media. Whether that's their friends, whether that's influencers, whether that's, I don't know, athletes, whomever they are following. They are constantly comparing themselves socially to that person. However, again, it's not a legitimate comparison. You're being exposed to a carefully crafted, idealized version of that person's life. That's not what that person's life generally looks like. I don't know, you can go on YouTube, you can see there are some behind the scenes of filming TikToks and YouTube videos and stuff like that. There are some people now that have secretly filmed influencers making their TikTok videos. It's not what it looks like when you get the final product. It just doesn't. Again, thousands of different types of ways to filter and make your images better, photoshopping, all that type of thing. I was on an amazing trip. They're not generally showing you, the 12 hours that they were on the plane or however long. They're generally showing, oh, look, now I'm on the white sandy beach, but they're not showing you when it's thunderstorming, It's just the best of their life, basically. And again, no influencer wakes up, gets out of bed, and magically has perfect hair and makeup on. Like, they just don't. They just pretend, and that's what they look like after. You just don't see that process. And so all of this can lead to feelings of envy, and the belief that other people are more entitled to success, happiness, or recognition. And so in response, you can become entitled. It's almost opposite of the last one I talked about, where you get constant positive reinforcement, so you think, hey, I deserve that constant positive reinforcement in real life. And this time it's like, hey, I never got any of those good things in life, so I deserve them, so I should take them. And that's where entitlement comes in. It is truly amazing that good or bad can lead to entitlement. It really is. And it all depends on the person. And lastly, reinforcement of self-centered behaviors. Social media focuses on individual users' experiences and preferences, reinforcing a self-centered perspective. So basically, it's you looking out, but you're in the center. But that's not how the world really works. That's not how the universe really works. I get that we all should have a little bit of an ego. I think it's actually healthy for us to have a little bit of an ego, but it can really go to the extreme, because everything me, and that can be a big problem. Again, that creates a sense of entitlement. Because individuals will prioritize their own needs and desires over the well-being of others, expecting others to cater to their wants and preferences. So those are the 4 ways that social media can lead to entitlement, or a deeper sense of entitlement in someone. And so that's it for this video. In the next video, I'm going to talk about what I think we need to do to fix this type of entitlement from social media, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.